Miss, please, can you be my mommy? The words pierced through the December frost like a desperate prayer. Claire Matthews looked up from where she sat shivering at the bus stop, her engineering textbooks clutched against her chest, the only possession she had left. A small girl stood before her, maybe 4 years old, wrapped in a pink puffer coat, her eyes glistening with tears that hadn't yet fallen. Claire's breath caught. 6 months ago, she'd had everything: a warm home, loving parents, dreams of graduating summa cum laude. Then the car accident took her parents. Then Uncle Raymond, with his expensive lawyer and forged documents, took the house. Now she had nothing but the clothes on her back and $17 in her pocket. "Sweetheart, Claire's voice trembled. The child's tiny hand reached out, touching Claire's frozen fingers with warmth that felt like a memory of everything she'd lost. "Daddy says people who sit alone in the cold just need someone to love them," the little girl whispered. "You look so sad." Behind her, a tall man in a dark coat approached, concern etched across his features. "Lily, you can't just—" He stopped, seeing Claire's face, the textbooks, the small backpack that held her entire world now. Something shifted in his expression. Claire tried to stand, embarrassed, but her legs had gone numb from hours of sitting. The man, mid-30s, with kind eyes that held their own shadows, caught her elbow gently. "I'm Nathan Hargrove. I'm sorry if my daughter startled you. She has this gift for finding people who need help." His voice cracked slightly. Her mother had it too. Claire wanted to pull away, to preserve what little dignity remained, but Lily had already wrapped her small arms around Claire's waist, pressing her cheek against the worn fabric of Claire's coat. "I'm Claire. I'm fine, really. Just waiting for—" She couldn't finish the lie. There was no bus she could afford, no destination left. Nathan crouched down to meet her eyes. "My daughter lost her mother 8 months ago. Leukemia. Since then, she hasn't spoken to most people, just me and her grandmother. But she walked straight up to you." He paused, studying Claire's textbooks. "Those are advanced engineering texts. MIT Press." I'm a student. Was. Claire's defenses crumbled. "I had 1 semester left at Carson Technical Institute when my parents died. My uncle took everything. The house, their savings. The court believed him over me. I've been trying to finish my degree, but—" She gestured at the darkening street, the accumulating snow. Nathan's jaw tightened. He'd seen his share of legal betrayals when his wife's family had tried to take Lily, claiming he couldn't raise her alone. "How long have you been out here?" 3 weeks. I sleep at the 24-hour laundromat on Maple Street. Study at the library during the day. I'm so close, just 2 classes short of graduating. But I can't register without an address. Can't get financial aid without— I'm sorry, you don't need to hear this." "Daddy, she's shaking. Like the bird we found. The one you said needed saving," Lily said, her voice small but certain. Nathan made a decision that would have seemed reckless to anyone who didn't understand grief's language. "Come with us, please. We have a guest house, my wife's art studio. It's been empty since— It's just sitting there. And Lily—" He looked at his daughter, who was still clinging to Claire. "Lily hasn't smiled at anyone in months." Claire shook her head. "I can't accept charity. I don't—" "It's not charity," Nathan interrupted gently. "I run Hargrove Industries. We have an engineering internship program. If you're as good as those textbooks suggest, you'd be earning your place. And honestly—" His voice dropped to something raw and honest. "My daughter just spoke more words to you in 5 minutes than she's spoken in 5 weeks. That's worth more than any rent." Claire searched his face for deception, for hidden motives, but found only a father desperate to see his daughter heal, and perhaps a man who understood that sometimes salvation comes from helping others. "I have to finish my degree," she said carefully. "That's all I have left of them, of the future they wanted for me." "Then finish it," Nathan said simply. "The studio has Wi-Fi, heat, and space. All I ask is that you let Lily visit sometimes, and maybe you can help with her homework occasionally. She's brilliant, like her mother was, but she's been falling behind." 3 weeks later, Claire found herself in the warm studio, her textbooks spread across a proper desk, and her final semester's courses completed online using Nathan's connections at Carson. But something unexpected had grown in that guest house. Lily came every afternoon, not just for homework, but to talk, to draw, to simply sit near someone who understood loneliness. One evening, as snow fell softly outside, Lily appeared at the studio door with a piece of paper. "I drew us," she said shyly. It showed 3 figures, a tall man, a small girl, and a woman with books, standing under a shared umbrella. Claire's throat tightened. "It's beautiful, sweetheart. Daddy says you're applying for jobs now, that you might leave after graduation." Lily's lip trembled. "I don't want you to go. I know you're not my real mommy, but you feel like someone who could be." Nathan appeared behind his daughter, his expression apologetic but hopeful. "Lily, we talked about this." "It's okay," Claire said softly. "I've been wrestling with this myself. In 2 months, I'd grown to love this child, to look forward to Nathan's evening conversations, to the way that we all started having dinner together, sharing our separate griefs until those griefs felt lighter, shared. "I got a job offer," Claire admitted, "from Hargrove Industries. Your father arranged it without telling me. Some entry-level position he probably invented." Nathan had the grace to look embarrassed. "It's a real position. Lead engineering consultant for our sustainable housing project. I didn't invent it, but I did make sure your application went to the top of the pile." "And I accepted," Claire continued, watching Lily's face transform with joy. "Because somewhere in the last 2 months, this stopped feeling like charity and started feeling like home. Like the family I thought I'd lost forever." She knelt down to Lily's level. "I can't replace your mother, sweet girl, but if you'll let me, I'd like to be someone who loves you, who stays, who helps your daddy chase away the nightmares and celebrates the victories." "Like a family?" Lily whispered. "Like a family." And she felt Nathan's hand rest gently on her shoulder, a touch that promised nothing but offered everything: time, patience, healing. That night, as Claire locked the studio door, she saw them through the window of the main house. Nathan helping Lily with her bedtime routine, both of them glancing toward the studio with expressions that mirrored her own tentative hope. 6 months later, at Claire's graduation ceremony, Nathan and Lily sat in the front row. When Claire crossed the stage to receive her engineering degree, she heard Lily's voice ring out above the applause, "That's my Claire!" Not Miss Matthews. Not the sad lady from the bus stop, just Claire, someone who belonged. After the ceremony, as they celebrated with cake in the studio that had become her permanent home, Lily climbed into Claire's lap with a question. "Remember when I asked if you could be my mommy?" "I remember," Claire said softly. "I don't need to ask anymore, because you already are. Not the leaving kind, the staying kind." Claire looked at Nathan, whose eyes reflected her own journey from desperation to belonging. "The staying kind," she repeated. "Yes. Sometimes," Nathan said quietly, "the people who need saving end up saving us instead." And in that moment, Claire understood the truth. Kindness isn't just about helping others, it's about allowing ourselves to be helped, to be seen, to be loved despite our broken places. Her parents had taught her to build bridges with mathematics and steel. Lily and Nathan had taught her to build them with trust, with time, with the courage to say yes when someone offers you warmth in the cold. The bus she'd been waiting for that frozen December day never came, but something better had. A small hand reaching out, a gentle man who understood grief, and the radical kindness of strangers who became family. Kindness costs nothing, but means everything. Sometimes the greatest act of courage is accepting help when we need it most, and the greatest act of love is offering it without expecting anything in return.